Hello students, in this lecture, we will try to solve some problems using node analysis. Okay, so in a given problem, as you can see, there are two current sources and three resistors which are connected to each other. So the first step in nodal analysis is we need to select the reference node. In a problem, already he has identified this node as a reference node. That means the potential of this node voltage is 0 volts. Apart from this node, already in a problem he has given there are two nodes, node 1 and node 2. Okay, so the first step is given in a problem. Second step is assign the node voltages for the nodes apart from reference node. So let node 1 voltage is given as V1. Voltage at node 2 is given as V2. Remember, V1 and V2 are measured with respect to reference node. So third step is we need to apply KCL at node 1 and node 2 so that we can get two equations. Solving these two equations, we can determine V1 and V2. Once we know V1 and V2, we can find out current through 2 ohms, current through 4 ohms, current through 6 ohms. Also, we can find out what is the voltage across 2 ohm resistor, voltage across 6 ohm resistor, voltage across 4 ohm resistor. Let us assign current directions. As you can you can see in the figure, for clarification, we have assigned I1 is the current coming from the 5 amps current source. I2 is the current flowing from V1 to V2. I3 is the current flowing from V1 to ground potential. Okay, and then I4 is the current coming from 10 amps current source. I5 is the current flowing from node voltage V2 to ground potential. Once we assign the current directions, third step is we need to apply KCL at V1 and V2. Applying KCL at node 1, the incoming currents are I1 and the outgoing currents are I2 and I3. Applying KCL to node V1, we can write down the current equation using KCL. I1 is equal to I2 plus I3. Once we will write down the KCL equation, we have to represent these current in terms of node voltages. So what is I1? I1 is a fixed value, it is 5 amps. So I1 is replaced with 5. What is I2? I2 is the current flowing from V1 to V2. So assuming V1 is at higher potential, V2 is at lower potential, current flowing through 4 ohms is V1 minus V2 by R. That is V1 minus V2 by 4. Whereas the current I3 is the current flowing from node voltage V1 to ground. The ground potential is 0. Therefore, the current is flowing from higher potential to lower potential V1 minus 0 by 2 ohms. So we have represented, we have identified node voltages V1, and at the node voltage V1, we applied KCL, and the currents are represented with respect to their node voltages. Let us do the same step at node 2. If you can see the node 2, the incoming currents are I2 and I4, outgoing currents are I1 and I5. So if you apply the KCL at node 2, incoming currents are I2 plus I4 is equal to outgoing currents I1 plus I5. As once we'll write down the current equations, we need to represent the currents in terms of node voltages. So I2 is the current flowing from V1 to V2. Okay. So what is I2? V1 minus V2 by 4 ohms. What is I4? I4 is the current coming from the current source. It is having a fixed value. So I4 is 10 amperes. What is the I2 current? Sorry, what is the current? I5. I1 is the current, 5 amperes current leaving the node. So I1 is replaced with 5. What is the I5 current flowing from V2 to ground? So V2 minus 0 by 6. Once we got the equation, we can simplify the equation taking 5 on the left hand side, 10 minus 5. Taking V1 minus V2 on the right hand side, you will get this simplified equation. So let us write down the equation in a standardized form. If at all you take V1 minus V2 can be rewritten as V2 minus V1. So it will be V2 minus V1 by 4 plus V2 minus 0 by 6 is equal to 5. Now we have completed 3 steps. First, we have identified the reference node, and then we have represent remaining nodes as node voltages. Then we have applied the KCL at node 1 and node 2. and resultant of that we are getting two linear equations. If you further simplify these linear equations, then it can be represented as it can be represented in the standard form like V1, and V1 is common. If you take V1, it is 1 by 4 plus 1 by 2 into V1 minus V2 into 1 by 4 is equal to 1. Similarly, equation 2 can be rewritten as minus V1 into 1 by 4 minus, I think this is plus, I'm sorry. Okay, so this is plus V2 into 1 by 4 plus 1 by 2 is equal to 5. Now, this is a very standard equation. Either you can solve this equation by substitution method, representing V2 in terms of V1, taking that equation, putting in second equation and simplify it. Other method is that you can represent this in terms of matrix form. Once you represent in a matrix form, AX is equal to B, then we can find out the determinant of this matrix A, and then we can find out delta 1 by replacing first column with B matrix, and then we can find out delta 2 by replacing second column with B matrix, B column matrix. Then we can find out delta 1, delta 2. Thereby V1 is equal to delta 1 by delta 2. V2 is equal to delta 2 by delta. That is a Cramer's rule. You can use a Cramer's rule to determine V1 is equal to 10 volts and V2 is equal to 10 volts. Apart from that, you can use your scientific calculator also to solve the two linear algebraic equation. How to use calculator to simplify these two equations, which are represented in matrix form or AX plus B is equal to C form, I am going to add in a separate video lecture. Okay, so once we know V1 and V2, we can easily find out current through different branches, because you know what is I3, V1 minus 0 by 2. What is I2, current flowing through 4 ohms, V1 minus V2 by 4 ohms. What is current through 6 ohms, V1, V2 minus 0 by 6 ohms. Similarly, voltage across this is V2, voltage across this is V1, voltage across 4 ohms is V1 minus V2. Thereby, we can find out current through any branch in a circuit as well as voltage across any branch in a circuit. Let us solve one more problem using nodal analysis. This is the problem taken from your textbook, that is Hughes, and then as seen in the circuit, using node voltage method, calculate V1, V2 and 8 ohms, current through 8 ohms. So no need to do first step, because he has already mentioned what is the reference node, and apart from reference node there are two nodes, node 1, node 2. As he has given in a problem, you need to determine what is V1, what is V2. Before going to that, you can see in this problem we don't have a current source, but we do have a voltage sources. Whenever a voltage source is represented by between 2 points, this is our ground potential. When you go from 0 to this point, the voltage has risen from minus to plus. So the voltage at this node is 6 volts. In the same way, this is at ground potential. This is another node, okay, which is joining 4 volts and 5 ohms. So what is the voltage rise when you go from 0 to this point? The node voltage will be 4 volts. So no need to solve any circuit or any equation by this. By observation itself, we can say this node potential is 4 volts. This node potential is 6 volts. So now unknowns are V1, V2. We require two equations to solve two unknowns. So let us assign the current direction so that it will be easy for us while representing the currents in terms of node voltages. Let I1 is the current flowing through 5 ohm resistor. I2 is the current flowing through 15 ohm resistor. I3 is current flowing through 10 ohm resistor between V1 and V2. And I4 is current flowing through 8 ohm resistor. And I5 is the current flowing from V2 to 6. So we have identified the nodes, we have represented the node voltages, and we have given the current directions. So next step is apply KCL at V1, write down the KCL equation. So as I said, the voltage is connected between node with respect to reference. So this node voltage is 4 volts, this voltage is 6 volts. So first step is we need to apply KCL at V1. The incoming current is I1, outgoing current is I2. and I3. So first equation will be I1 is equal to I2 plus I3. Once we will write equation, I1 should be represented in terms of node voltages. So I1 is the current flowing from 4 volts to V1. So what will be the I1? 4 minus V1 by 5 ohms. What will be the I2? V1 minus 0 by 15 ohms. The current I3 is flowing from V1 to V2. So V1 minus V2 by 10 ohms. So applying the KCL at node V1, the current equation or KCL equation is I1 is equal to I2 plus I3. I1 is the current flowing from 4 volts node voltage to V1. So 4 minus V1 by 5, whereas I2 is the current flowing from V1 to ground. So V is equal to V1 minus 0 by 15, and I3 is the current flowing from V1 to V2, V1 minus V2 by 10. So on simplifying the equation, you will get a equation 5.5 V1 minus 1.5 V2 is equal to 12. Let us apply KCL to node 2. If you apply KCL to node 2, incoming current is I3, outgoing currents are I4 and I5. So I3 is equal to I4 plus I5. So what is I3 current? Flowing from V1 to V2. So V1 minus V2 by 10. What is I4? Flowing from V2 to ground. So V2 minus 0 by 8 ohms. And then what is the current flowing from V2 to this 6 volts is? So this is at 6 potential, assuming that V2 is greater than 6. So current is V2 minus 6 by 12 ohms. So simplifying this, you will get minus 2.4 V1 plus 7.4 V2 is equal to 12. Now take these equation 3 and equation 4, simplify these equations either by Cramer's rule or substitution method or using calculator. Then you will get V1 is equal to 2.878 volts and V2 is equal to 2.55 volts. So once you know V1, V2, you can find out current through any branch. However, he has asked to find out current through 8 ohms resistance. Current through 8 ohm resistance is I4. That is V2 minus 0 by 8, 0.318 amperes. Apart from that, if you want to find out I1 or current through 5 ohms, it will be 4 minus V1 by 5. That is 4 minus 2.878 by 5. If at all he asks what is the voltage across 12 ohms. So voltage across 12 ohms means V2 minus 6. Current through 12 ohms will be V2 minus 6 by 12 ohms. So in this method, we can solve the given electrical circuit to determine currents through the branch elements and voltage across the branch elements using nodal analysis.